Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and we're going to talk a little bit more about getting midlines on with braces and aligners. When do you do it? How do you evaluate it? How do you avoid from getting in trouble while you do it? So let's go ahead and talk about how I do it and how I evaluate. First of all, if you're using Invisalign, it's going to be and using their app, okay? Using their patient-facing app and doctor-facing app, you're going to have more resources for midlines than if you're not using that part of Invisalign, or if you're using any other aligner company or any other braces company. So that would be my standard. If you have a funky midline case, I highly recommend Invisalign. Remember, I don't work for them. I get no kickbacks from them. They don't even say thank you to me. I'm just telling you because it's a really good product. So you want to use their in-face feature. If you want to know how to use their in-face feature, you can watch all my other videos and content I've made on that. You can go to my YouTube channel, which is Straightsmile Solutions, put it in your search bar. Then there's a little magnifying glass near the top right. You can put in in-face and it'll take you, or in-face, Invisalign, and show you how to use their in-face feature. If you don't have their app or you're not using Invisalign, my suggestion with an aligner case is don't even think about the midlines. All I want you to do initially is to do align and level on your first treatment plan, okay? Don't even take it to the point where you're adjusting midlines or adding IPR or thinking about elastics or anything like that. Just align and level. Then you're gonna go ahead at this stage in a refinement and drop the virtual line or the actual piece of floss between the eyes going down the middle of your nose and see where the midlines land. You wanna also evaluate the smile line. What shows in the smile? Is it the upper teeth? Is it a younger female? Or is it the lower teeth, an older male? Whatever is showing is what you need to adjust. So for example here, old Tom Cruise pre-2006, before he had his smile transformation, upper's showing, lower's not showing. Whoa, crazy off, right? This guy, upper and lower is showing, I'd probably adjust both. This guy, upper and lower showing, I'd probably adjust both. But again, I'm gonna go ahead and align a level first and hit that on a refinement, okay? And then I'll reevaluate that. If you're using the in-face feature, you can more accurately treatment plan at the beginning. Okay, so that's aligners. Now let's talk about braces. Braces, I'm pretty much gonna do the same thing. I mean, braces, you're not thinking of the treatment plan way in advance. You're just kind of rolling with it, right? You automatically do the align and level. And then once we get into the heavier wires, we've done our repo visit, we're gonna go ahead and tackle the midlines depending on what's showing. We're gonna make sure we get the upper one first on with the face. And then as needed, we can always adjust the lower one. I am not at all a fan of midline elastics. The only reason I'd use a midline elastic is if there were spaces and if I was doing different units of power chain and shuffling spaces around, left, right. If there's no spaces, midline elastics, all they're gonna do is just cant the occlusal plane. They're not gonna do anything. I don't know why you guys think that they're powerful. They're not, they're garbage, okay? They could maybe help facilitate things a little faster if you have spaces, whether you had them already, or whether you are creating them with IPR. But remember, you're gonna have to have your anchorage and do all your other mechanics too to go along with it. All it's gonna do is just help make things go a little faster. And it always cracks me up when you've got these dentists that are talking about midline elastics and I'm like, these don't do anything. So anyways, all right. So that answered that question. Do midline elastics work? The answer is not really. You need to have space, okay? And of course, you also have to keep in mind, let's say in this situation here, we had midlines, right? And we're trying to put them here. How am I going to move them? And people say, oh, let's do midline elastics. Well, that's not going to work. So in this case, you're going to have to probably do, if there's no gaps, unless you're going to do sequential distalization and there's no impacted molars, which is going to take a very, very, very long time because you'd have to scoot each tooth back one tooth at a time. It would probably take you 80 aligners to get these midlines on with 2 years with sequential distalization. If you want a quick fix, you could do some IPR. But you can't just do the upper, because if I do the upper, I'm going to run out of overjet, right? So I'd have to do the lower first, and then the upper, or about the same time, but you have to have clearance, because you don't want to be getting fremitus or getting hard anterior contacts during the midline shift. All right, hopefully that was helpful. Thank you so much.